Good morning, dear students. Now, welcome to today's class. In our today's class, we'll start a new chapter, that is financial statement with adjustments. And as per our previous classes, we have already started a particular chapter, that is financial statement for sole proprietorship, that we have earlier completed. And under which this chapter we have already studied trading profit and loss account and the balance sheet, how to prepare trading profit and loss account, and how to prepare the balance sheet. These all things been discussed in our earlier classes. So in our today's class, we'll start a new chapter, that is financial statement with adjustments. So let's proceed to it. In order to ascertain true profit or losses of the business for a particular year, it is necessary that all the expenses and incomes related to that year are taken into considerations. So students, as we know very well that first of all, why we prepare the financial statement? We prepare the financial statement to find out the net profit, that means true profit, and to profit or losses of the business, and to find out the total assets and liabilities of the concern, isn't it? So for these all things, we should record all the expenses and incomes related to that particular year, or we should take it into consideration while recording all the transactions. So that particular expenses may be outstanding, that particular expenses may be prepaid, or that particular incomes may be accrued or unexpired. So these all expenses and incomes, whether paid or not, we should record in our books of accounts according to accrual concept. So accrual accounting assumptions, on the basis of this we should record all the expenses and incomes in our books of accounts concerned with the current year. So I hope it is clear why we prepare the accounting financial statements, to know net profit and net losses of the business. And now let's proceed towards the objective or need of financial statement. Sorry, objective and needs of adjustments. So the first objective, to ascertain true profit of the business. So as we know very well that why we prepare the financial statement, to ascertain the true profit or losses of the organization. This is what our end result of books of accounts. And now let's proceed towards the second objective, to ascertain the true financial positions of the business. So students, as we know very well that financial position states the liabilities and the assets of the concern. So with the help of financial statement, we can ascertain the uh, total liabilities and total assets of the concern. So with the help of this, we can find out the how much assets and liabilities in our organization. And now let's proceed towards the third point, that is the third objective of our adjustments, that means financial statements, that is to make a record of transactions omitted from the book. That means those transactions which were omitted in our books of accounts, that should be recorded while doing or preparing the financial statements, like uh, further bad debt or unrecorded assets that may be omitted. Okay, so these all things we will record while doing or preparing the financial statements. And now let's proceed towards the point number 4, to rectify the errors committed in books of accounts. So sometimes we know very well that errors or omissions may be committed while recording or preparing the books of accounts. So to rectify the errors, we'll prepare the financial statements. So I hope all of you understood what is the need of adjustments. And now let us now discuss these adjustments and their treatment in a final account. So let us discuss the adjustments related to various items. So the first item in a financial statement with adjustment, that is what your closing stock. So I hope you all know very well that is what is closing stock. So closing stock or inventory means stock of unsold goods at the end of the accounting period, which is carried forward the next accounting period as an opening stock. So as you know, the closing stock, that is the stock or the inventory remains at the end of the year, and that is what your unsold goods, है ना? So that particular unsold goods is known as what your closing stock, and that will be carried forward to the next year as uh, with a new name, that is what your opening stock, huh? So the closing stock is accounted in final accounts as follows. So how we will treat the closing stock in our final account? So the first thing that on credit side of trading account as a separate item we will record, and will record the asset side of the balance sheet as a separate item. So the closing stock will be recorded where in your trading account in your credit side, and then another one that is on the asset side of the balance sheet. So I hope it is clear to you all. And now let's proceed towards the another one, that is outstanding expenses. So children, I hope you all are very familiar with this point or with this item, that is what your outstanding expenses. And about outstanding expenses, I have already discussed these all things in our General Entry 2 and in our finances statements classes. So I hope you know very well. But right now in our video, I'm again telling the thing related to outstanding expenses. So what is outstanding expenses? The expenses which we have incurred during the accounting year but have not been paid are termed as outstanding expenses. So as you know that expenses incurred during an accounting year but have not been paid termed as outstanding expenses. Like an example of, if your business premises is on rent, and the rent is 5,000 per month, so business should pay for a year 5,000 multiplied by 12, that is what your 60,000 is what the rent of that particular business premises. But out of 60,000 the business has paid only 40,000 to their landlord, and rest of the 20,000 has not yet been paid. So that particular 20,000 which have not paid by the concerned organization, that is what your outstanding expenses. So how it will be treated in a final account? So outstanding expenses are shown in debit side of trading account or profit and loss account. Whether if there is expenses related to trading account, that particular expenses will be recorded in your trading account. But if the expenses concerned with your profit and loss account, then that particular expenses will be recorded in your profit and loss account. And the another thing that is will record in a liability side of the balance sheet too. So the effect of outstanding expenses will be in your trading account or profit and loss account, and that particular expenses will be added with the concern expenses and will be recorded in a liability side of the balance sheet. So I hope it is also clear. And now let's proceed towards the third one, that is prepaid or unexpired insurance expenses. So as you know very well about the prepaid expenses are the expenses which have paid during the current accounting year, but the benefit of which will occur in subsequent year or the years. Like the expenses which we have paid in this current year, but that particular expenses is not concerned with this current year itself. So that expenses is known as what your prepaid expenses. Like if an employer paid the salary for 2 years to its employees, so extra 1 year salary which the organization has paid to its employees, that is what your prepaid expenses, है ना? Like we can take another example. Rent. Your business premises is in rent, and if the organization has paid the rent to its landlord, that is for 15 months. Okay, so the extra 3 months rent which the organization has paid to its landlord, that is what your prepaid expenses. So how we will treat this prepaid expenses in our books of accounts? So it will be deducted from the expenses in your trading account or profit and loss account, and it will also shown in your asset side of the balance sheet. Why? Because this is not related to this concern year expenses. As we know, we will record all the items which is totally related to this current year. So the current year's items will be recorded, but the extra 3 months rent which we have paid, that is not related to this concern year, so will not be recorded, and that particular rent which we have paid for next year, that will be deducted from your trading or profit and loss account, and it will also shown in your asset side of the balance sheet. Why? Because you have paid the expenses in advance. And now let's proceed towards the accrued income. So what is accrued income? I hope you all know very well about accrued income. And about accrued income we have already studied in our general entries too. So it is quite common that certain items of income such as interest on securities, commission, rent, etc. are earned during the current year but have not actually received by the end of the current year. So such incomes are known as accrued income. That means the income which we have earned but not yet received. So that is what your accrued income. So how it will be treated in our books of accounts? So first of all, what we will do, we'll add this accrued income in the concerned income, like commission received during the year, that is what 3000, but earned, हमने कितना earn किया था 5000. So rest of 2000 that we have not received yet, so this extra 2000 will be added in commission received. So 3000 plus 2000, that is what total 5000 will be recorded in our trading profit and loss account. And the accrued income related to amount of 2000, that particular 2000 will also recorded in your asset side of the balance sheet. Why? Because it will be received in a future. And now let's proceed towards the another one, that is unearned income. So it is also happen that a certain income is received in the current year but the whole amount of it does not belongs to current year. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि some part of income that we have received in this current year but that particular income is not concerned with this current year itself. So such portion of this income will belongs to next year is known as earned income. मतलब कि आपने कुछ ऐसा इनकम अर्न कर लिया है जो इस पर्टिकुलर कंसर्न करंट ईयर से रिलेटेड नहीं है. सो उस इनकम को हम क्या करेंगे, पर्टिकुलर रिलेटेड इनकम से माइनस करेंगे इन योर ट्रेडिंग और प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. एंड such income is one hand will be deducted from concerned income as I told you on the credit side of profit and loss account or whatever the trading account, and will also be shown in our liability side of the balance sheet. Why? Because this is a liability for the concern, because we have received the income which we haven't earned, है ना. So the treatment of unearned income will be deducted from the concerned income in our credit side of profit and loss account, and it will be shown in a liability side of the balance sheet. So I hope it is also clear. And now let's proceed towards the depreciation. So what is depreciation? About depreciation we have already studied or discussed in our earlier classes, and right now again I am discussing about the depreciation. So what is depreciation? It is a loss of fall in value of fixed assets due to their constant use or expiry of time. So with the constant use or expiry of time, there is decrease in value of fixed assets, and that is what known as depreciation. So how to be treated in our books of accounts? So it will show in debit side of profit and loss account, and will be, and that particular amount of depreciation will be deducted from your amount of assets in asset side of the balance sheet. So I hope all the 6 items being discussed and all of you understood, and about all these 6 items and their adjustments that will be discussed in our online classes, and how it will be treated in our financial statements, and how it will be shown in a trading profit and loss account and balance sheet. So that will be discussed in our online classes with our practical portions. So that's all for the time being. Thank you all.